we're gonna talk about Jigglypuff. I love Jigglypuff. She's rad. She's super rad. Look at her. She's cute. She's round. And she's been in a ton of games. Just all of them. She's been in this one, and that one, and this one, and that one, and that one, and this one. But she's been in one game that I want to talk about specifically today. And that's this game right here. Smash Brothers, Smash 4 specifically. I want to talk about this game, or at least her in this game, specifically, because she's one of my favorite characters of all time. But she's awesome. She's the best. Well, she's not, actually, and that's why I'm making this video, because she's the worst. Just absolutely the worst. Below me, Gunner, and below Ganondorf, and below, I don't know, fucking me, Brawler. Here's how I would change her. Maybe boost her up that list a little bit. Maybe take her from here, to here. Yeah. Let's get started. This video will be done in 2 segments. The first, detailing Puff's weaknesses and why I feel they make her bottom tier. And the second is a wish list. Basically my suggestions for what I would do if I was in charge of the buff puffing over at Nintendo. Buff puffery? Whatever. Section 1. One of the most glaring issues about Puff is her ground speed. She is the slowest character in the game. She's slower than Ganondorf, and she's slower than Charizard. She's slower than characters that weigh more than she does, which is really nuts when you think about it. Her next problem is her specials. She can't use most of them. I think Pound is the only one that sees any real competitive play, while the rest are just ones you push on accident. You show me someone who's pushed neutral B on purpose, and I'll show you an incredulous man. The bottom line of fighting games is, the character with the most tools wins. That's how it's always been. It's the reason why Cammy and Akuma have been top tier in almost every Street Fighter game. They've got amazing kits, they can get the job done, and nothing gets wasted. They use every piece of the fighting game buffalo. You see this buffalo? Use it! Puff is also the lightest character in the game, which means that she dies easier. Which means that while Ganondorf and Charizard are hunting her down, they don't have to do much damage to kill her. It's rough. Bottom line is, we play in a 2-stock meta, which means you got 2 chances. And if you're scared because you're light during both of those chances, you can't get stuff done. And she's got no grab game. She's got no grab game in a game where grabs are the most important thing in the whole universe. She can't do nothing. I can see that she does 10% for all of her throws. She does good damage. But what can she get off of them? Nothing. A whole heaping helping of nothing. If you're a Puff and you grab someone and you throw them, congratulations, we're back in the neutral, and that's all you've done. Look at Diddy. Hoo! Ha! Dead. Look at Mario. Down throw. Up there. Bam. Dead. Look at Puff. Oh, you're on the other side of the stage now. How'd he get there? Oh, it was me. Oh, I died. Look, I sound bitter. And I am. I want Smash 4 to be a more polished, balanced game, which is why I want her to go just up a little bit. I want to see more than just Sarah Yender occasionally on the VG boot camps. I want to see Puffs the way I used to see Sheik and Mario. I want to see my baby in lights. Oh god, I knocked over my drink. But it's time for me to stop complaining and start getting to section 2. First is Puff's walk speed. Let's buff it. Let's buff it to Peach's level. There we go. Can I get a side-by-side comparison there? Perfect. Beautiful. Beautiful. Tony, you're beautiful. I don't know why I said Tony. I edit these. There is no Tony. This run speed increase will let Puff get in on her opponents faster, and let her follow up with some of her moves. This would make your opponent have to take your approach options much more seriously. Next, we'll talk about Puff's specials. Let's start at the beginning with Neutral B. This move has a lot of issues, namely that you can't cancel it, like Yoshi's Forward B. You were just kind of committed to it. And really all I'd want for this move is just a way to cancel it. So, I mean, there we go. I already said Yoshi's Forward B. Feel like we can move on to the next special, don't you? I feel like we can. Alright, so, next one, Up B. While this move is excellent for styling on your casual friends, it really has no place in competitive Smash, and I'd like to see that change. Sing is probably the move that I'd want to change the most. As it is right now, it has no vertical or horizontal recovery options for Puff. If she uses it in the air, she continues to fall downward, and if she uses it on the ground, she stays where she is. My suggestion for this move is that when used in the air, she is still allowed to move. Not with the same air mobility she has, but this will allow Puff to mix up her opponents more. If you're underneath of her and she uses Sing, she can glide to the left or right, giving her, if not a safe landing option, then at least a different one. The hitboxes should be kept relatively the same, and while they do come out slowly, there are 3 of them, giving you 3 chances to get your opponent with this. And that, with her new mobility, allows her to shake things up more. And really those are the only specials I want to change. Her pound is fine, having a high risk, high reward with high end lag for good shield damage. And her rest is so good, it's the only reason she's taken seriously now, so no reason to change that. With her increased mobility both in the air with her new Sing and on the ground with her new run speed, she really is a force to be reckoned with, and that rest will land a lot more often. Even with these changes, I feel like Puff's weight still remains an issue, so let's buff her from her current weight to Kirby's weight. This change would be amazing, as it would increase her survivability and allow her to do much more damage and take much more damage. And finally, there's Puff's grab game. None of her throws should have the hit stun for her to get a rest afterwards, but some follow-ups would be nice. I feel like reducing the knockback on her up and forward throws would allow her to get those follow-ups that are so necessary in the Smash 4 meta. Being able to get an up or forward air off of any of her throws would be a big boost to her damage output. Though this does raise the question of whether or not her pummel should still deal 3%. I'm not really sure about that one, honestly. It's possible lowering it to 2.5 or just 2 would be appropriate, considering that the reason it's at 3 now is because she can't get any follow-ups. But I think I'll leave it at 3. I was able to make this concession because I also toyed with the idea of having her shield broken equals death mechanic removed, but that would probably be a little bit too powerful. So 3% pummel, dies when she gets her shield broken, seems fair to me. Does it seem fair to you? That's rhetorical. It seems fair to you. Don't worry, it does. Alright, so that ends another video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All that stuff's down below. Stay tuned for more content. Oh, and for anyone who thought I would talk about Puff in like competitive Pokemon, here we go. Found a match, and I'll just start this and
satisfaction.
Yeah, no, she's good.